Welcome back to my part two of my three-part video series where I am speaking about uh, good methods to improve our mental health within ourselves. So our last episode we spoke about goal setting and how goal setting can drastically improve our mental health. But now I want to switch gears and focus on to um, sleep and how sleep really truly does improve our mental health if we truly respect the amount of sleep that we need. So I want to start off with a little statistic here. So according to ColumbiaPsychiatry.org, a website dedicated to the studies of mental health and mental illness, allied with Columbia University, um, they say that sleep is vital for maintaining important cognitive skills such as attention, learning, and memory. Now, if you do want to keep these cognitive skills running at over 110%, you do need the proper amount of sleep, which is necessary between 7 to 9 hours for adults, 8 to 10 hours for teens, and 7 to 8 hours for older adults aged 65 years and over. Now, now, if you guys are a lot like me, we're all most likely within the same age range. Uh, just young adults slash teens. So, around like, I want to say between 18, you know, 18, 25, even 30s. We're all still pretty relatively young. And, well, it's important. It's important for us to not neglect the amount of sleep that we truly need. Um, so a few strategies again that I recommend like is that you need to keep a consistent sleeping schedule. You preferably want to get a schedule that allows you to get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep. Because, well, again, if you don't allow yourself, oh, I just made two crafting tables. Because if you don't allow yourself to get the amount of hours of sleep that you may need, you may end up messing up and creating two crafting tables instead of one, um, and thus wasting resources. But on a serious note, um, it is important to maintain a consistent sleeping schedule your body because that way your body is can maintain that energy with the amount of hours of sleep that you really truly need. This is now useless, and now we have a wooden stone pickaxe. But as I said, it's very important to maintain the amount of hours of sleep that you need. Now, sleep quality is also very, very, very important, as well with the hours of sleep that you may need, which is again recommended 7 hours of sleep. Um, a few tips that I would give for you to improve your sleep quality: make sure you establish yourself a healthy sleeping environment. What I like to do, and what I want y'all to do as well, or highly recommend for you guys to do, is to shut off that phone at night about a couple hours before sleep. Um, as the artificial light produced from our phones really is not beneficial at all. Like, and it's actually pretty really detrimental to our own sleeping patterns. Is that a cave? Nice. But yeah, it's actually truly detrimental to our sleeping patterns, and we cannot neglect it. It is best to fall asleep um, when your body is feeling tired compared to forcing yourself to fall asleep. This is actually a true study. If you don't feel exhausted, it's better off waiting it out until your body actually tells you that it's time for you to actually fall asleep. Because it just makes it much more easier for you to be able to sleep, and your body will love you for that. So it's important to listen to your body, and and it makes it for a much easier transition for you to sleep that way as well. As well as for my fellow caffeine addicts, I would also recommend avoid drinking in the evening caffeine that is in the evening, and you want to substitute your coffee for preferably non-caffeinated tea or non-caffeinated hot items. And as well as for my nicotine fiends or my smokers, I recommend to avoid smoking in the evening. You would also want to limit your alcohol intake before bed for those of you who also dabble into alcohol, because all of those things are actually very detrimental to your sleeping pattern once again, and your quality of sleep will be much less much less good compared to if you actually allowed yourself to sleep well. And now, according to now, I also want to say, now if you neglect your sleep and your sleep quality, there are negative effects, such as and a study between an association between sleep quality and mental health among patients at a post-COVID-19 recovery clinic. Poor sleep quality is actually significantly associated with increased severity of depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress. And this is a really true. Well, and there's a reason why this is a direct positive correlated statement. It's because, well, it's true. I assume I can imagine that those of you who have also neglected your sleep and whatnot um, may have also felt this way as well. I can imagine that you guys may have felt very I can imagine that you guys have also felt very more irritable, I can imagine, and much more exhausted and lower energy levels than you would if you happen to have a good night's sleep at a normal day. It's very important to not neglect your sleep quality that way. And if you create positive changes to the amount of time that you spend sleeping and the quality of it, it really would reduce the level of anxieties that we all face, and it will also assist us in at least reducing the symptoms of depression, as well as, believe it or not, but also post-traumatic stress. Thank you guys for listening to, and with that said, thank you guys for listening to my part two of my three-part series on mental health and really just techniques on how we can work on improving it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the last video where we will transition and start speaking about physical activity and how that can improve our mental health. Thank you.